Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Daily Word. Today's Monday, April the 4th. I'm glad you could join me for our few minutes together as we continue our conversation in and through our Daily Word. You can tell I'm in my car again this morning. I'm back down in Dayton. I'm headed to the infusion center here when I'm done. So it's kind of a dreary drive and a couple accidents along the way. So it's kind of an interesting challenge getting here this morning. But glad you could join me for our time together as we continue our conversation. So this morning I've chosen from the Lent devotional, The Long Haul, that a couple other folks are reading as well. And I've chosen, the text they've chosen for today is Hebrews 10, 24 through 25. And we hear these words. And let us consider how to provoke one another to love and good deeds, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. So we're not really sure who the writer of the book of Hebrews is. We do know that most likely they were under duress, they were persecuted, and for them and for many early Christians, their thought, their idea, their belief from the words of Jesus is that Jesus would return in their lifetime. And so in the midst of persecution, or in the midst of just believing that, they looked forward to the return of Jesus. And so they just kind of, they banked on that. But as time went on, of course, there was this conversation about, if Jesus didn't come back right away, then what happened to those who are already dead? There's more about that. But there is this, this idea that in our life together, we're called to certain things. The writer of Hebrews says that we really should, in our life together, provoke one another to love and good deeds. Provoke. Tap each other on the forehead, poke each other in the side, spur each other on, if you will. Provoke each other to love and good deeds. There is this real call, and there is this real call for us in our lives to that kind of provoking, to love and good deeds. But then there's this next section that we hear about from the writer of Hebrews. Provoke one another to love and good deeds, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. The author reminds the people gathered, the early Christians, gather anyway. Even if you're looking for Christ to return tomorrow, gather anyway. Even if you're struggling with what the world is dishing out for you, gather anyway. Because for the author, I think his reminder to us and to them is that we really need each other. But I think one of the challenges that we face in our day is that the invitation to gather seems less and less pressing. We're not pressed to gather. We're pressed to do other things. We have many alternatives for our time that we can simply do to take up a lot of space and a lot of our time. And much of that has to do with sports and all these other things related to sports. And so we don't spend a lot of time, I don't think, in our lives looking and thinking about the looming end of the world. And probably I'm not sure that we need to necessarily. But I think we're reminded, though, in this text that we have to continue to provoke each other. And I don't mean provoke each other to anger. I mean And now what the author means, I think, is spurring each other on, reminding each other, continuing to say, look, gather anyway, because we really need each other. And I think that's such a struggle in our current time. It is with us, it is with me. We have a hard time finding time, to be together. But we need each other because faith isn't a solitary exercise. Being Christian, being a disciple, being people of the way, is not a solitary exercise. We need each other for support and challenge and inspiration and encouragement and provoking, if you will. We need each other for however long that time is for us. And so, I think we're met with that challenge every weekend. I am. It's a struggle. I often leave Sunday morning when we're all done a little disheartened by the lack of people, and wonder about it. Maybe I don't have it anymore. All kinds. When you're a pastor, all kinds of thoughts go through your mind. Maybe I should just go be a greeter at Walmart because it's time to do something different. I don't know, but in either case, we're called to gather anyway. So I'm pretty sure, whether I was a pastor or not, I would be in church somewhere because of the importance of gathering. And so, friends, let's continue to provoke each other, whatever that looks like, to love and good deeds. Let's continue to find a way to gather and meet together because, frankly, we really do need each other. We just can't do this life apart from each other. So, I hope that word is a reminder to us to continue to provoke each other and find ways to meet together. So that's the word. I'm on my way to get my next infusion today. And hopefully it's just one more on Wednesday and I can be done with this part of this process of my healing and whatever that looks like. So, hope you have a great day. Know of God's love and grace and mercy that surrounds you. Know of my love for all of you. And I will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Have a great day.